Hey guys, Coach Logan here. Let's find an opponent. Alright, you fish 2388. Strong opponent. We'll go c5, try to make it an interesting game. Alright, so knight c3, so this is going to be a closed Sicilian. We'll go d6. Okay, I'll go e6. Alright, we'll play, I think I like rook b8 here. Now I like knight into d4, he can't take. Alright, now that he's castled, I think now that he's castled, I'm more okay with this bishop h6 business. Although even here, I'm not sure if he's going to play it because he might have some issues on c2. So I think my position's okay. I might get started on the queen side with b5 and b4 soon. He can't really take my knight because I'll fork his bishop and knight, or he would have to give up his dark square bishop, which is really not an appealing trade for him. Okay, let's just grab as much space as possible on the queen side. We'll kick my knight back, but the open b file is good for me since I have a rook there already. I'll go bishop a6. So he traded my bishop, which does weaken my king a little bit, but I think that my play on the queen side should be stronger than his play on the king side. He's not really gotten his forces really mobilized for that in an effective way yet. What's the best square for my queen here? Maybe queen a4 looks decent. Okay, so he's playing for f5. Which makes me wonder if I can play f5 myself to slow down the roll of those pawns. Yeah, we'll go for that and play f5. Takes. Okay, I gotta take back with the pawn. Let's take with the g-pawn. My king is slightly exposed, so I'm not crazy about that, but alright, so if he moves my knight, then my e-pawn's also under a little bit of fire as well. Okay, I'm going to play rook f6 here just to defend the e-pawn and then potentially bring the rook to g6 on the semi-open file. Alright, I got to play faster. I'm down quite a bit of time. Okay, here. Threatening g3, which seems not to mind. Okay. I'm going to take on g3. If he takes on d6, I think I'm going to take on f4. Oh, he's taking on d6 with the queen. I didn't think about that. Okay, let's take here threatening mate. And I'm threatening his knight on b3. Maybe I can also get this bishop back on b7 to sort of bring it into the attack. Okay, let's go bishop to b7. Pile up on the file, or on the g file on the long diagonal. I might have, okay, we'll play queen to b2. I might have to start sacrificing soon. Yeah, let's go sacrificing. I think we need to start the process. Check. Then if he takes, I'll unleash a knight discover check, and then take his knight on d2. Okay, this is an interesting attack going here. Do I have enough to make this work? Let's go check. Is there enough firepower here? That's the question. Definitely have some initiative, but I'm low on time and I'm low on material. But and I need to keep with checks because he has. Alright, so that allows knight to g6 check. That has to be wrong for him now. That can't be a good sequence. Is it? Is he really escaping there? Okay, let's bring my queen down here, threatening queen. Am I blundering? Oh, okay. Oh, I can play e5. He has queen d8 check, which should win. Yep. Alright. Let's see. Did I have anything at any point there? Let's see. Where was that attack headed? Interesting game. Let's let it load. Alright, so I'm going to sort of jump ahead. So, thought I was doing alright here. This all seemed quite pleasant for black in this closed Sicilian. I mean, I'm really well placed on the queen side here. He manages to swap off, the bishop, but this could be dangerous, say if his king wasn't castled here, or if he had a lot more pieces near my king. But I don't feel like this attack should be all that dangerous, and I thought I should be able to get something going faster, but somehow I didn't manage to do that. F5. F5 felt weakening, I have to say. That's a typical way to meet this F4 pawn thrust, but maybe I underestimated his attacking chances here. That's quite possible. G takes F5. Rook to E1. Rook F6. Yeah, I was just defending this pawn and looking to swing the rook. G6. King H2. King H8. D4 to G8. He took... This is where things kind of got interesting. I went rook takes G3. He took here. Okay, so... This shouldn't have worked for him, but somehow it did. Queen takes A2, knight to D2, and I tried to get my bishop back into play. They're suggesting bishop B5. I think maybe just to support this knight, and then maybe this knight is freer to move, but still not so clear to me. I went bishop B7 to try to give another piece to support in an attack on the king. He went rook A1, queen B2. And here okay, so they're saying after queen takes c3, I'm doing well. Well, if they play rook takes b7, that's nice. I have queen takes e3. Rook takes e3 runs into this 2-rook checkmate here. That would be nice. Queen takes e3 would be a nice shot. I missed that, but so instead I played rook takes, and I thought here, so here again they wanted queen takes c3, this time with queen g3 threatened. Instead I went for this, thinking that so here it's saying he should have played king g1, and then my attack kind of dies on the spot. I don't even have knight f3 because his knight's defending, so yeah, I'd be lost there. He missed that. He played c6. Now I got him queen takes d2, so now again I'm winning. This just kind of shows how sharp these positions are. Queen d3 check, king h2, knight to g6. So where did I miss the kill shot? Queen to g3 was wrong, so they wanted knight to f3 check. He can't play... So he could play king f6, king h6, or king h5. Do I have a refutation for each of those? If king h6... Oh, okay, he's hanging his queen. That's the big problem. So I think in all of those lines, yeah, knight f3 just wins the queen, and then I don't have to be brilliant. I'm up a queen. All right. Okay. Not the best game. I think maybe in this position, maybe after he goes for this bishop h6 line, one of the things the computer was mentioning was a potential e5. Which makes a lot of sense because he's trading off my dark squared bishop, so it would make sense to kind of close off the dark squares. And then maybe if he plays f4, I think this would at least force him to sort of weaken his king a little bit more, which might make my position more tenable. And then maybe f5. I think that's probably a better version of some of the stuff that came up in the game. This would at least make this a little bit more double-edged. Okay, interesting game there. Definitely learned from it. See you guys next video.